Welcome to a realm where luxury architecture transcends mere living spaces and becomes a monument to passion, engineering, and unparalleled wealth. Today, we are stepping beyond the gates of what might be the most extraordinary private residence on Earth, a $250 million masterpiece that doesn't just include a garage, but houses a full-fledged, climate-controlled subterranean car museum. This isn't a home with cars. This is a palace where automotive art is the soul of its design. Our journey will take us from the grand, sun-drenched living spaces down into a secret, underground sanctuary where automotive history is preserved in climate-controlled perfection. This is the Vanderbilt estate for the 21st century, and we have been granted exclusive access to explore every corner of this breathtaking property, revealing not just the what, but the why and the how behind this unprecedented fusion of residential and automotive luxury. The first glimpse of the estate is enough to steal your breath. Set on 200 acres of meticulously landscaped grounds in the rolling hills of California, the main house is a contemporary interpretation of a French chateau, built with ancient limestone blocks imported directly from a quarry in France. The scale is monumental, yet the design is elegant and harmonious with the natural landscape. The approach is via a 3-mile private road that winds through vineyards, sculpture gardens, and man-made lakes, building anticipation with every turn. As you arrive at the main courtyard, the scale becomes apparent. The facade stretches for what seems like a city block, with symmetrical wings extending from a central rotunda. The roof is clad in aged zinc, and the windows are massive sheets of bomb-proof, self-tinting glass. But the true magic of this property lies not in what you can see, but in what is hidden beneath your feet. The entire property is built upon a series of underground levels that house the most incredible features, including the car museum, a private casino, a 50-seat IMAX theater, and a wellness complex that rivals the best spas in the world. The owner, a reclusive tech billionaire and avid car collector, commissioned this property not just as a home, but as a legacy project, a permanent home for his priceless collection and a testament to human achievement in both design and engineering. Stepping through the 20-foot-tall, solid bronze front doors, you enter the grand hall, a space that immediately establishes the tone for the entire home. The ceiling soars 50 feet overhead, supported by hand-carved limestone columns. A double helix staircase, a modern marvel of cantilevered stone, appears to float without visible support, connecting the main level to the upper floors. The floor is a mosaic of rare marbles, white statuario, deep green verde Guatemala, and black marquina, arranged in a geometric pattern that draws the eye toward the rear wall, which is a single, uninterrupted pane of glass offering a panoramic view of the valley below. The air is still and silent, scented subtly with a custom fragrance of sandalwood and ozone, pumped through a dedicated HVAC system. To the left of the grand hall is the formal living room, a space the size of a basketball court, furnished with museum-grade pieces from the 20th century, a Jean-Michel Frank sofa, a Charlotte Perriand bookshelf, and a custom-made, 20-foot-long rug by Edward Fields. The art on the walls is not for the faint of heart. It includes a full-sized original triptych by Francis Bacon and a rotating light installation by James Turrell set into the ceiling. This is not a room for casual living. It is a gallery for a life of extreme curation and connoisseurship. The heart of the home, however, is the kitchen and informal living area. This is where the scale becomes human, though no less luxurious. The kitchen is a chef's dream, with twin islands crafted from a single block of Blue Louise granite, professional-grade Gaggenau appliances seamlessly integrated into custom cabinetry made of rift-sawn white oak, and a pantry large enough to service a small restaurant. The adjoining family room features a floor-to-ceiling 2-story media wall that can display art, a single massive image, or be split into multiple screens for watching various events simultaneously. The furniture here is by B&B Italia and Flexform, designed for deep comfort. It is in this room that you first get a hint of the home's secret. On the wall, what appears to be a solid panel of wood is, in fact, a disguised elevator door. This is one of the several access points to the underground levels, a subtle clue to the wonders that lie beneath. Now, let us descend into the true marvel of this estate. We take the main elevator, a glass-walled capsule that descends smoothly into the bedrock. The journey down is a performance in itself. As you leave the main floor, the elevator passes through a cylindrical aquarium, a tube of crystal-clear water filled with exotic, colorful fish, giving the sensation of diving into an aquatic world. Then, you emerge into the cavernous space of the underground car museum. The first impression is one of sheer, overwhelming scale and drama. You are standing in a space that is 300 feet long, 150 feet wide, and 40 feet high. The ceiling is a curved, vaulted structure that mimics the great railway stations of the 19th century, but it is made of modern concrete and lined with thousands of programmable LED panels that can replicate any sky, from a bright blue noon to a starry moonlit night. The floor is heated, polished black basalt, so reflective it looks like a still, dark lake. The air is perfectly controlled at 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 50% humidity, with a sophisticated filtration system that removes all particulates to protect the priceless paintwork of the cars. The museum is laid out not as a static display, but as a series of curated streets and plazas. The centerpiece is a rotating circular platform, 60 feet in diameter, where 5 of the most significant cars in the collection are displayed, slowly revolving so that every angle can be admired. Currently, on the platform sits the holy trinity of hypercars, a Ferrari LaFerrari, a Porsche 911 Spider, and a McLaren P1. Flanking them are 2 historical icons, a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO and a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, one of only 2 in existence. The value of just these 5 cars is well over $300 million. The cars are not roped off. They are presented as living art, ready to be driven. Each car sits on a custom-made, laser-etched acrylic stand, illuminated by precisely focused museum-grade track lighting that highlights every curve and detail. Radiating from this central plaza are different avenues dedicated to specific themes. One avenue is the Italian Masters, lined with red Ferraris from every era, from a pristine 1967 275 GTB4 to a modern-day SF90 Stradale. Another is the British Invasion, featuring classic Aston Martins, Jaguars, and Bentleys. There is a Le Mans Legends section with former race-winning prototypes, and a Hypercar Horizon with the latest from Bugatti, Koenigsegg, and Rimac. In total, the museum can house over 100 vehicles, and the collection is constantly rotated from a larger off-site storage facility. But this is more than a parking lot. It is a fully functional museum. Each car has its own digital kiosk where you can tap the screen to see its complete history, specifications, and even video footage of it being driven on a track. The walls are lined with automotive memorabilia, original design sketches, vintage racing posters, and scale models. The museum also includes a state-of-the-art conservation and maintenance bay. This is a glass-walled clean room where full-time mechanics, who are among the best in the world, perform regular maintenance, detailing, and restoration work. The tools are all custom-made from titanium, and the cleaning products are pH-neutral, bespoke formulations. There is a tire-changing machine that uses compressed air to mount tires without ever touching the wheel rim, and a dyno is built into the floor for tuning and testing. This ensures that every car is not just a static display piece but is kept in perfect running condition. The owner can decide on a whim to take the 250 GTO for a drive through the hills, and the car will be ready in minutes. Adjacent to the museum is the Drivers' Club, a private lounge and entertainment space designed to feel like an exclusive gentleman's club from the 1920s. The walls are lined with mahogany and green leather, and the bar is carved from a single piece of petrified wood. There are several full-scale racing simulators, each an exact replica of a different F1 car's cockpit, hooked up to a network for competitive racing. A massive curved video wall can display live races or playback footage from the owner's own track days. This is a space for the owner and his guests to immerse themselves in car culture, to plan rallies, and to socialize in an environment that celebrates their shared passion. Beyond the car museum, the underground complex continues to astonish. There is a 50-seat IMAX theater with a screen that is 2 stories tall, equipped with a 100,000-watt sound system. The theater's lobby features a curated display of movie memorabilia, including original props from classic films. Next to it is a private casino, complete with a craps table, roulette wheel, and blackjack tables, all manned by professional dealers on request. For wellness, there is a sprawling spa with a 75-foot lap pool, a cold plunge, a Himalayan salt room, and a team of on-call therapists. Every conceivable form of leisure and entertainment is available without ever needing to leave the property or even go upstairs. The engineering that makes this underground world possible is as impressive as the features themselves. The entire complex is built to withstand a magnitude 8.0 earthquake, with a base isolation system that allows the structure to float on massive lead rubber bearings. The power supply is backed by a 5-megawatt solar farm on the property and massive Tesla battery packs, making the estate entirely self-sufficient. Security is provided by a former Mossad agent, employing a system that includes facial recognition, motion sensors, and electromagnetic locks on all doors. The air quality is constantly monitored, and the environment is maintained with the same precision as the Vatican's art archives. In conclusion, this $250 million mansion with its underground car museum is far more than a home. It is a self-contained universe built around a singular, all-consuming passion. It represents the pinnacle of what is possible when unlimited resources meet a visionary dream. It is a place where the boundaries between home, museum, and sanctuary are completely dissolved. The owner hasn't just built a house to store his cars. He has built a temple to celebrate the automobile as one of humanity's greatest achievements. It is a bold statement that our passions are not hobbies to be compartmentalized, but can be the very foundation upon which we build our lives. This estate is not just a place to live. It is a legacy, a piece of history in the making, and the ultimate expression of a life dedicated to the pursuit of beauty, speed, and perfection.